Hello guys, welcome to our daily stock market insights with Miss JD. Time now is 1:50 in the morning. It's January 12th, 2021. So we are going to cover the market performance for January 11th. So this is your pre-open stock market review. Okay, so for those people who are watching this for the very first time, I am Miss JD. I do review your stock requests from the Philippine market. I also do review stocks in the US market if you want me to. So I highly recommend you do the same, like what the other folks have been doing here. They're dropping their comments if they'd like to review or they'd like me to review their stocks in the Philippine market. So, for instance, uh, Trevor over here wanted me to review VUL, AGI, and now Arlene in Cali, she has her own channel, but she is Arlene Crisostomo, right? She'd like me to review PHA, Tech, APL, and MerryMart. And I also would like to say hi to her friend Jessely Escorial. So Arlene Crisostomo and Jessely Escorial, thank you for watching my video and for supporting the channel as well. So feel free to share our channel to your friends, guys. I hope in my simple way and very simple way of reviewing the stocks, somehow I'm able to share some insights that could help you in your journey in the world of stock market, in trading and investing in particular. Okay, so how do you guys? Micah Fernando, APC Insights. Yes, definitely. So page 8 tech. Okay, I already have that. Okay, so who else would like to review? So Romeo Smell said, thank you, Miss JD. Trevor, thank you, Miss JD, for including my stock request there. Thank you guys for really taking the time in recognizing our efforts here. Okay, so I think I already have what I needed. At the same time, I'd also would like to, of course, apart from your requests, I would like to review the most trending stocks in the Philippine market. But let me just pull up my indicators here. Okay, so for those people who are seeing these indicators for the very first time, I am using Bollinger Band and the RSI, plus of course the volume that we have here and the candlesticks. Those are just the main stars of our technical analysis. All right. so let me start with the index first. So the index here, currently we are still at the resistance level at the moment. So there was a good attempt to break the resistance, but it did not fully materialize as of yet in today's market performance or yesterday's market performance. But let us see, because we have some 209 million on foreign buying. Okay, let me just add one more indicator that we have here. Okay, so you had some foreign buying that happened today, right? But the volume is not that huge yet compared to the foreign buying that happened back in October and November. So if you are to just at a glance, you just eyeball the numbers here, the amount of foreign buying that happened back in October may have already exited because of the continuous selling that happened back in November to January. So it looks like we're starting a brand new phase here, if in case we are going to fully break the 1,300 level. But at the moment, I think this is just doing sideways. There could even be a possibility that the index could go back to the MA20 level, which is around your 7,200 area, because this long wick that we have here, for me, it's already a sign of a rejection, like it's not yet ripe for the index to move higher. So for now, I'm on the conservative side, which is I'll give it some time. This will still move sideways first, and let's see if MA20 will still hold as a possible area of bounce. There you have it. So I'm just gonna plot it right there, 7,200 level. Okay, RSI still looking healthy. There's still some um, room for the price to move even higher. All right, so let's take a look at all stocks and the most trending ones. All right, so PHA, okay, present. That should be here. Okay, right. But definitely, let me just start from top to bottom. Anyway, your requests are here. I may just have to add probably VUL, AGI now, and APC because they're not part of the most trending ones. Okay, let's get started now. PHA. Wow, gap up, but foreign buying is still very solid here. So I'd have to say, yes, if you want to understand if there is still some bullish momentum happening in PHA, yes, definitely there is. Volume is still there. At the same time, if you are really, really interested in getting in, just be on the cautious, just be a little cautious of your entry levels, because as for me, this could already be on an expensive side, considering that we had a gap up and there could be some, it could fill the gap first. So if I'm to enter this stock, I'd say because there's high volatility that's happening in this stock at the moment, I would like to prepare some opportunities where we could have long wicks. Okay, we could have a long wick up here and down below, considering that we had a gap. So let us see if it will go back to the 1 peso and 64 area. Even though on the short term it's already on the expensive side, I would have to say if you're looking at it for long-term investing, then probably you can start accumulating volume. You don't have to enter at a very high um, volume as of yet. Then probably if it dips, then that's the time you could add. Because I am in the assumption that you have already done your research. You know what's making this stock move even higher. So fundamental analysis will help you understand why the stock is moving. What are the catalysts in the stock that are influencing the movement? Once you already know that and you believe in that fundamental or that catalyst, then all you have to do is understand technicals. Technicals will teach you when to enter. And now, what I'm trying to say here is that given that there has been a gap up from January 8th and January 11th performance, the probability of us filling the gap would still be high. We do not know whether that is going to happen by tomorrow or later on's performance, or it could happen within the week. But definitely, there is still a chance for it to drop and probably retest the 164. We could be establishing a support right there. Okay, so 164 right now is my support area. I'm not saying you cannot trade this anymore because this is very bullish at the moment, but in case, then you can use a much faster time frame. The next one is ACEN. ACEN is still just stabilizing at the very near the MA20 line. I'm not sure if it is going to go back to as low as this key level over here where you had resistance built at that level for 2 days and then created a support at that area as well. So in case we will have another red by tomorrow, then chances are we could be creating a support at the 656. I was before the X date of the SRO, I was even thinking that it could drop up to this level, but I think because we had this solid green over here, um, I'm thinking it could just establish a support in this level. Now we'll just have to, of course, almost every day I review ACEN because this is again one of the trendiest stock in the market. Okay, so currently there's still foreign selling that's happening. So let them sell, let them take profit, and in case it drops, chances are it could create a support right here, or who knows, it could even go back to the area where I was initially anticipating for the stock to drop at. Okay, so for those people who probably, let's say you entered somewhere here, for example, you entered at the 7 peso area, okay, and then you took advantage of the SRO price around 237. So if you did not sell your position here and you added more over here, which around 237, what you will now have the moment you execute your SRO purchase there, you will have an average between the two. So the number of shares and the amount at the 7 peso plus the number of shares and the amount at the 237, then you get the average of the two. I know there are a lot of calculators, cost averaging calculator online that you can use. It will help you understand your possible cost average once you do this, right? But definitely that's a good price level at the moment. So we will not be surprised if it is just trying to stabilize at the moment before it takes off again. Good thing it did not even drop so much, right? It just halfway? Yeah, halfway. And you're still profitable because if you're going to buy it at around 237, that's almost what? That will give you right away around 170% increase, right? So some people, I read an article in one of the threads here in Instagrams. So if you do not have, let's say it's SRO, because there's another stock that is currently doing SRO, and that's tech. So let us say you got 1,000 shares somewhere here, and you want to take advantage of SRO, but you don't have enough money, then in that article I read, you can probably sell half of the position, and now that you have a buying power, you can use the buying power to purchase it at the SRO price. Anyway, you are already entitled to get it at the SRO level because you are in a position at the time of the X date. So something to that effect. I know you guys, if you're a follower of ACEN, I'm sure you definitely found that article in one of the threads here. I'll try to look for that, but it was very insightful. Okay, so at the moment, just take note of our marker here. 656 is a possible area of bounce. Reason being is I saw this. There was a consolidation that happened here. It was a resistance at one point, then we broke out of it, and now we're just retesting at the moment, which I would always draw ever since. So once we have a resistance, chances are we go higher, and then we revisit, and then we continue the uptrend. Normally, that's how it is, and looks like it's just executing that formation at the moment. Next is Dito. Dito at the moment, I see a red. I will not be surprised if we are just going to stabilize first in this level. Looks like it is trying to create a flag pattern, right? So just let me know your thoughts. I see a possible flag pattern over here. This one. And could be this. Or here. Could be around that. But definitely what I'm seeing here is that we are still consolidating at the moment. And then probably if we, let me remove this. if it goes back to this level, that's fine. It's just that people are taking profit at the moment. So if it is going to drop right there, that is actually your opportunity to add more volume. Okay, so 11:47. Today I already had um, placed an order around the 11 peso level, but too conservative. It did not even reach that level. So I was just expecting or hoping that there will be a long wicks like what happened here. So probably if that, I will still place another order tomorrow or later today around the 11 peso area, because I still think that there could be a continuation of the profit taking here, but I don't anticipate big decline. What I am forecasting is another example of this kind, something that happened here, January 6th and January 7th. So we could have long wicks and then recover same day, and that is fine, okay, because at least when we move even higher, we have a sustainable, or a more sustained improvement in the price. And like, the usual pump and dump, it's just a one-time thing and it's gone, right? At least this one, there's sustainability in the performance of the stock. So that's something we need to probably anticipate. So if you want, you can take advantage of a possible area. Maybe if you want to, maybe Miss JD is too conservative, you can even try around 1150. But that's already a good area. I am under the impression that if you are going to add more here, you already have a good base. You're just adding more volume, okay? Because mind you guys, the reason why I have the conviction to say that is because my average is around the 6 peso level. So it's just adding more volume so that when we have a continuation going up, then of course we are more profitable in that sense. Right now it's still foreign selling. Foreign selling is still happening. There you have it. So let them take profit so that we can add more volume at a lower price. That's how you look at it. So that, of course, you don't panic. Number one, I personally have a mid to long term perspective towards Dito. So if it declines, I'm not a little bit. I am not really too worried, because I know the long-term potential of this stock. This being the third telco. Okay, 1143 guys, that's an area of possible bounce. APL is another stock. Thanks to our friend Carlo, who is also, actually, he was the one who convinced me to create a Patreon account. So if in case you want to join my small community, if you want to help me build that small community, go ahead and check out my Patreon link. At the same time, Carla was the one who actually encouraged me to create this Patreon account, and he was also the one who mentioned APL. I've been reviewing APL, but this was really not in my radar. And then he told me about the um, offshore partnership of APL or Apollo Global Capital with the Lao company, okay, in China. Where was that? I know there was a disclosure on that. Let me see this. So there was this company in China who partnered with APL to mine for the company. News here. Let me see this. Here. Under the agreement signed by the parties, Lao acquired 2 deep-sea mining vessels with a net capacity of 10,000 tons per day. So they will mine, if I'm not there. Extraction of magnetite iron reserves in the seabed of Cagayan by next year. So the entrepreneur is Frank Lau, owner of Troy Garden for this project. There you have it. So actually all the news that you need to know are also associated with the stock that you're opening. So if I want to understand APL, I just click on the news here and I will see the latest disclosures and whatever updates we have for that particular stock. Now going back for APL, what we had today was a solid 29.35% increase in the price. Solid green, no wick. So with foreign buying really at a high volume at this point, look at the foreign buying over here. I have a strong conviction, even though we are at the overbought. Um, all the other indicators are saying that this is a bullish movement for APL. I see a possible continuation for this stock to move even higher by tomorrow. So I'd say if this area, if you still would like to get in APL by tomorrow, bear in mind that that's already an investor's price level. Okay, if you want to trade it with a faster time frame, because for position traders, guys, that's already an expensive level. But there are still other ways you can trade it. Number one, try to realign your mindset and really understand the news and the potential of the stock, and have a mid to long term outlook for APL. Otherwise, if you want to trade it just purely for trading, use a faster time frame. Because if you are going to wear the position trader's hat, then I'd say, yeah, this is already expensive, right? But there are still a lot of potential for the stock to move even higher. So many indicators are saying that it is going to move higher some more. One, foreign buying is there. The increase in the price is backed up by the increasing volume as well. So, except that, of course, we're at the overbought. But ACEN, mind you guys, ACEN was also over in the overbought level for an extended period of time. See this? From this point over here to this point over here, it was actually overbought. But it continued to move higher because the stock was there. Stock was really bullish, and there's a catalyst. Okay, now talking about APL, there is a catalyst. Stock is still at the overbought level, but it could still continue to move higher. We are still at the 0.26 level, guys, mind you. So even if this only reaches 1 peso level, then that's what? How many folds? 5 folds of what you have invested in here. Let me see. I just want to make sure. Let's say you enter today. No, 300 folds. 3 folds. 300 folds. Okay. So that's it. That's our outlook for APL. Interesting, exciting day later today for APL. Okay, let's continue with MerryMart. Okay, so for MerryMart, actually, so I was mentioning the last time that I was able to enter MerryMart one on this day, and I entered right here as well at 6.6 something. And I saw red today. I just felt that there is somewhat of a struggle moving higher. So there was a rejection that's happening right at this level. So just to share with you guys, I took profit today around the 792 area, as I feel that there will be another red by tomorrow. There was foreign selling that happened today. So at the same time, we're at the declining RSI. So while the price was moving higher, we are already showing a decline in the momentum. At the same time, if we had a double bottom, what do you call this? We hit the resistance twice. And then when we touch the resistance twice, your RSI as well is much lower this time. So that So those are the reasons why I felt that we're starting to show some signs of weakness. But when I say weakness, it doesn't mean that it will go slide all the way down, right? It's just simply showing us that people will be taking profit and we are expecting some correction in the coming days. And right now, I see a possible area of correction somewhere around 715. And if that gets broken, your next area to watch out for would be 634. At least you know the key levels as to where you would potentially re-enter for this stock. MerryMart is again very solid as well. There are a lot of stores that this company has already has been building for the past how many months. I do not have the numbers as of yet, but you'd see it in the thread in Instagrams. They're everywhere as well. They have opened so many branches. Okay, let's see the quarterly report. Opening income, current 3 months, loss tax. Do we have retained earnings here? Income tax expense. Okay, not much of a story as of yet here. Retained earnings. Here, period ended. So this is where I actually look at the retained earnings. If we ended positive here, that's a good sign. So I was looking for it somewhere here, but it was actually here. Period ended. Next, okay. So looking at this, check out the key levels 715 and 634. So those are our key areas of possible bounce. BDO, nice. BDO, I feel bullish here. We have finally crossed the MA20 line, so I see a possible continuation for this stock. And the next resistance, as you can see here, there was a rejection that happened here, so we have to beat and challenge that one more time, and hopefully we are going to successfully break that key level. All right, so how far are we from our outlook? So at one point it reached 160 level, so we're still far from that. We have just recovered like 1/3. Looks like this is about to form a cup and handle formation. A cup and handle looks like this. So you have one over here going up, and then it retraces, and then eventually it moves up. Okay, so others will have their own perspective, but that's what I'm seeing at the moment. Okay, so the next area to challenge is this 114.96, and once we're able to do that, then I'm very positive, or I'm positive that we will have a continuation moving even higher. So who knows, we could go 136 next resistance, because we had long wicks over here. So we could go back to the pre-pandemic price levels. Right? So that is for our BDO. MRC over here, we are also sitting at a possible resistance, but you had some foreign buying that happened today. So let us see if most of the action happens higher than the 0.72 or 0.73 area by tomorrow. If it does, then we have a successful breakout. Okay, I'm just looking forward to this, given that we had a solid So the increase in the price has been backed up by good volume, especially by foreign buying. So another possible bagger stock. Actually, this is already a what? This stock has already increased significantly by 178%. Okay, so yeah, I just got out too early in this stock. I can't remember. Maybe I exited around the 50.50 area, and my average here was around 0.30 something. So I think I was around 60 or 70% gain here. But that's fine. Let's just be thankful for the profit that we got here. BPI. BPI is okay. So there was some profit taking that happened. Let me just go back here. So guys, we might see something like this again. Okay, so in BPI you had a solid green, right? The next day there was profit taking. So if in case we will have something like that, I will just have to provision a possible area of bounce. The nearest area would be 0.64 in case the market gives you a chance to re-enter at that level. So if there's a decline or a retracement that's going to happen within the day and gives you a chance at 0.65, I'd say grab that opportunity, because we might just have a long wick and then go up again. But 0.65 is a possible area of support there. Now, going back to BPI. BPI over here, we managed to cross the MA20 line and people took profit. But don't worry, you have 82.93 as a possible area of bounce. It's nice that we are already higher than the MA20 line, because the probability of it continuing to the upside would be higher. Now, if it does that, I'm thinking the next area it'll go challenge would be 88.87. So this is just normal. I've seen this so many times. Breaks out of it, continue to move up, retrace. Sometimes it does sideways first, then continue to move up again. But definitely you see this area, there was a rejection at that level, and when that happens, then that's your resistance. And when we approach that key level again, sometimes you will see some signs of slowing down, and then we get rejected again. But if volume is present, then of course we could easily break that. Now let's try to understand the bigger picture. How do we look like in the bigger picture? So I am now addressing this statement to our investors, because if they want to enter at this price level, then of course we still have some possible area or possible growth potential here. We have not fully recovered yet. We're just starting to recover, but we are already halfway. So between this and BDO, I'd say BDO has a much better position. We're still at a very cheap level in terms of price. We're just starting to recover. Like for BPI, we are already halfway there. Next is SMPH. SMPH also started to recover, and we had a bearish, this is for me a bearish sentiment. We attempted to do a breakout, because this used to be a resistance over here. This used to be a resistance, okay, but we got rejected. So chances are we could go back to the 38.90 area and then probably continue moving higher. So it could just be within the day, all right? Long wick perhaps, so you can probably place your order around the 39.02. Guys, I am a big believer of the moving average, especially the MA20. MA50 is also strong. So when we have something like this, then chances are it will just retest the MA20 line. So you can probably place an order around 38.87, right? And then if it captures your order, then good. But overall, we are already, so this is already a solid climb up over here. This is the recovery started happening just a few days after the lockdown. around March. So we did have some retracements, but we recovered right away as early as September. And so we only have a few percentage left to reach the 52-week high once again. This could be that area. It's an area, guys, okay? So there, resistance, resistance, and we're about to go to that level once again. But here, if it bounces, then 38.87 is the nearest area I'm looking at. Okay. One moment, SMPH. Let me just go back to, so I was able to review PHA tech. Oh, not yet for tech. Let's take a look at tech. Tech over here is, for me, attempting to have some more bullish movements here. Although we had some foreign selling, so what I'm thinking is today there could be some more profit taking that will happen. So the probability of it revisiting the 769 area would be high. Okay, so try to take advantage of that. The reason why I'm saying that there's a chance, because this technically is not a full-blown breakout, because half of the body is still within that below the resistance area. So this is your resistance, right? The 770 level. Okay, so let us say if we have one entire candlestick outside of that, then that's a successful breakout. But given that you had some foreign selling that happened here, there could be a slight fluctuation. So take advantage of that anywhere between 769 and 824. This also, this stock has also released, wow, certain targets 20% increase in production of electronic parts 2 hours ago. So that means we could have more movements going up by tomorrow. So anywhere between 824 and 769. You don't even have to wait for up to the 769 level. I'm thinking around 8 peso level. It's already a good area to start to enter again. I made one big mistake here. I took profit when I saw this green over here. I had it around 720 something, 722, 723. If I'm not mistaken. I got too excited with this solid green over here, but my average here was around 630 something. So I was already on the verge of being concerned when it declined, right? And when I saw some recovery, and I took profit, and then I looked at the news and I saw this. So my bad. It's really good to always check the news before you take action on your stocks. Because when I saw the stock rights offering, one thing I had in mind was this is going to be another ACEN in the making. Right? People will take advantage of it. So the price will go higher and higher, and then that. Plus today's news, then I'm thinking this could add more to that. I did not open it yet, but the title alone already says something. So good luck to the holders. I see another green day. Another green day for this stock. But take advantage of the fluctuations in the price. The nearer you are to the 769 level, the better. The next one is let's take a look at VUL. VUL also managed to end here. Let us see if it will officially cross the MA20 line. Somehow there is already that trigger. We had a solid green today, so we could have a continuation moving up. Okay, so the nearest resistance I see right now would be around 136. But if it is going to fluctuate and let's say people will take profit, it'll possibly stabilize around the 117 area. Reason for that is when you look to the left, you see this resistance. Okay, and then the reason why I'm saying we could continue higher is because number one, you had foreign buying. Okay, we're not in the overbought yet. Foreign buying here as well. At the same time, this area here is your area of rejection, which is your resistance. So if we move up, we could stop there, and I don't know, we could be attempting several days first before we officially break it. But if people will take profit by today, which is 112, it could probably drop just around 117 area. That is for VUL. AGI. AGI, I'd say there was a rejection. You see this? Second day of touching your MA20 line, but we got a wick right here. So it got rejected, and it's the second day we got rejected right at that level. So I'm thinking we might see another red. Okay, we might see a red, and it might go back to this level support. This used to be your resistance, but the moment, okay, so this will only be negated when the price probably starts higher than the MA20 line and the continuation happens, then that will break my insight for today. So the reason why I'm saying that it could retrace for a few cents is because of 2 days straight of being rejected at the MA20 line. That's my only bias there. But who knows, you're foreign buying right here. See that? It could, but the volume is not that significant, not that big. The next one is, so you got your AGI. Now, let's take a look at now. Now you created some lower highs. We recovered, but we recovered much lower, right? So this was your high before. We dropped, we recovered. So we did this, we recovered, but much lower than we could be doing like this. Okay, but before we even go to a lower low, it will first challenge your previous support, which is this one, 389. Okay, so that's your key level first. Let us see if it will challenge that, but I am a bit on the bearish side now, given that when we increased, when we recovered, it was just a slight increase in the price, and then we ended with a red. Okay, 389 nearest support, but the chances of it breaking could still be present there. AGI, I already did. Now let's talk about APC. APC, nice. Let us see if we will have some continuation tomorrow. But at the moment, let's plot this area as a possible support. So this used to be a resistance, and at one point we also had this as a resistance, and then we went back to this key level and created a support. This time around, when it moved higher, it's much higher than this previous high. So this could already be a sign that we will have a continuation moving up. And the next resistance I see would be around this level, 0.4791 or 0.48. That's our next possible resistance. Wow, it was an 11% gain today. So try to take advantage of the fluctuation by tomorrow if you still would like to add more volume here. Anywhere from 0.4197 to 0.44. What's in the news here? So guys, if you know anything about any news related to a particular stock or what may have influenced the movement of a stock, feel free to drop a comment, because you know me, I work full time, and the basis of my insights are most of the time based on the technicals that I have here. Once in a while, I could add value by sharing some news. That's because I'm able to scroll to these news in intraday. right? But I am sure I do not know everything. So let's help one another. If you know something, go ahead and drop a comment and share it to everyone. So I do not actually know what may have influenced APC to move by 11 to move higher by 11%. So if there's really no big catalyst on this stock, then this could just be 1 day worth or 2 days worth of bullish movement. Then chances are it could go back again to the 0.4197 area. Who knows, right? You have a resistance, by the way, here. So I just feel like there's no need to rush if there's really no big news for this stock, because the probability of it going back to the 41.97 would be higher. Okay, so there you have it. Those are the stocks I have reviewed for you tonight. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know if these insights that I've been sharing with you guys are helping, or let me know your story. Were you profitable in some of these stocks that we have covered here? Would love to hear it from you guys. So, all right. So before I end my session, I'd like to invite everyone. If you are interested in trading the U.S. market, cryptocurrency, forex, eToro, that's the platform I use when I trade these assets, and it's very user friendly. So I have my referral link down below. Creating an account is free, by the way. Also, I have a Patreon account. The link is also down below. And if you have not subscribed to my channel yet, you are welcome. You're welcome in this small community that I am trying to build here. I hope you also subscribe, share, and like so that uh, Google or YouTube will discover our channel. In the meantime, thank you and good morning. Bye bye for now.